They'll get your life back to normal. Lonnie with Restore It Restoration.
Welcome to another edition of the Service Guys podcast. I'm your co-host, Ruel Abadam. I'm the man responsible for all the technical difficulties leading up to getting this thing recorded. And on the other end of the recording is our good friend, our service professional, Lonnie Beecham. What's up, Lonnie?
How you doing, Ruel?
I'm a part of these community social network type things, you know, where it's called Nextdoor. Have you heard of it? Is there something like that in your area?
I heard of it. I've done it. I signed up, and it's like I got rid of that real fast because I don't care about some dog. Well, they make it sound like your neighborhood. Well, I live in a historic area of my town, and I'm thinking that's my neighborhood. Oh, it's a whole stinking town. I don't care about a dog barking on Eastland Drive that's, 8 miles away from me. It was stupidness like that.
There was one, someone's asking, like, what could this be? And it was a picture of their baseboard, wood floor, and from under the baseboard there was water, right, on the floor and stuff. I'm like, anybody know what this could be? And I'm thinking,
how about water?
Yeah, you want to call Lonnie, but you're gonna have to pay for him to come over from Jefferson City, come all the way to California. Yeah, it turns out. She says, behind the wall is where there's a refrigerator, and I'm guessing the refrigerator also has the water hose, for the ice maker and stuff. So, my guess was, it's coming from there. Good luck.
That would be a very, very safe assumption. And if they're that goofy, stupid, whatever you want to say, that they got to ask what water is, it's like, well, you got a problem. You don't really need to put that on Nextdoor or whatever that app is.
Yeah, I went ahead and said they needed to contact a professional, and it's a new thing. It's a new problem that cropped up with them. So I'm sure just seal up the leak and dry out as much as possible, and hopefully be okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, yes and no. If they rent, who cares? But speaking of renting, I just did a water job for it was fresh. It was a Category 1 loss, no big deal, which means technically you could drink it, even though, nobody's going to drink off the floor. But the way everything was laid out, I had to tear out a ceiling in a kitchen and a part of a kitchen and all the bathroom and part of the hallway. Well, apparently, by the time I got on site, by the time they notified me and everything, it only been wet for 8 hours, 9 hours, something like that. No big deal. Mold doesn't grow that fast. Well, I had to open up everything. It was like, holy crap. This has been wet for a long time, many times for a long time. It was so moldy. It was nasty.
Yeah. I get it. Even though somebody like with that floor problem I was describing said it just happened recently, it may have been happening longer, just wasn't visible, and then now it got to a point where it's visible, right? Okay. Gotcha.
Oh yeah. Very, very common.
I did try to scare the person. I said, you wanna contact a professional right away, because like if you got an estimate today, it'll be a different estimate like a week or as days go by. So
hours even when it's fresh water.
Ooh. Good stuff.
Yeah, when it's fresh like that, all it takes is migrating enough to find a plumbing hole or wire chase or something, and then next thing you know, it's somewhere, down below. So, how you been, Ruel? We haven't chatted much. You kind of disappeared for a little bit.
I know. Yeah, sorry about that. It's just been busy. We like this weekend, we have a cookie exchange event happening at home. So my wife sort of made it a tradition. We invite other families and kids over, and they bring in their favorite cookie recipe or something, baked item, and along with the recipe. And my wife will have a handful of stuff laid out, so everybody who attends contributes. Everyone does a tasting and shares recipes. And the activities for the kids are things like they all get to decorate gingerbread houses, the miniature gingerbread houses and stuff. So it's fun. The adults get to catch up, and maybe this year I'll throw in some alcohol and make it merry, at least for me and whoever else wants to drink. But
Speaking of alcohol, you really need to find a friend that lives in Oregon to send you some of this McCarty's Scotch. I think what do they call it? Scotch style whiskey, but man, is that good.
McCarty's?
McCarty, MC, big M, little C, big C. I don't know how to spell the rest of it, but anyway, it is really good. It is not a true Scotch, but boy, it has a smoky, Scotchy taste to it.
And it's all out of Oregon.
Yeah, okay. They don't sell out of state lines. I don't know if you saw last week. Somebody sent that to me anonymously, and I've since figured out who it was, and I can tell you offline. But
okay,
yeah, it was like really, really good.
Okay.
It's my favorite. I wish I could get it.
Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out.
So you're going to booze it up with the adults this weekend while the kids are making gingerbread houses?
Just whoever's safe enough to do so. Yeah. So, in the previous weekend we had cousins over and we hosted a what's called a North Pole breakfast. Another tradition my wife has created, so that the kids can sort of enjoy, and before they all get old and forget about us, be able to sort of hopefully store that in their memory banks, and as they get old, they can have those memories.
Continue on.
Yeah, because my parents didn't do any of that when I was a kid.
I don't have very many. My Christmas tradition is short and sweet. We were very poor, and Mom would always, and Dad was always working, and he was never around. And Mom would save up some money, and she would buy me and Trey some Christmas gifts, and we always got our Christmas gifts 2 or 3 weeks early because she couldn't stand the excitement of knowing that what's in it, and she wanted to see our face right away. So we'd look at it under the tree for a day or 5, maybe a week, and then we'd have our Christmas 2 or 3 weeks early, and that was our tradition.
That's cool. That's cool. It's just then you're left empty-handed on the day of, right? Like, what do I open? Let's go rewrap our gifts and open it again.
Well, right.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's cool. My dad was sort of that way, especially when he was drunk. It'd be Christmas Eve, and he couldn't wait for for the following morning because he'd be passed out and wouldn't be available for the unwrapping. So he's like, "Here, open it up." My mom's like, "Stop it." There's a whole drama. Christmas Eve, I'm like, I don't want to anymore. Forget it.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, sort of like I knew what it was, and I was excited about it, but then my dad made this big stink about wanting to open up early, causing drama with my mom, and I'm like, forget it. I don't want to open it anymore. I'll just wait till the morning. Meanwhile, he's got it like a third of it unopened because he was ripping through the wrapper for me. Jeez Louise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I hadn't thought about that Christmas tradition of ours for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty good the way my wife has it. She has the whole table setting, and this year we had cousins over, so it was even more special. And everybody has an elf and a message from the North Pole, and my wife's in charge of making pancakes, and I'm in charge of making the bacon, and it's good stuff. And this year we had mimosas.
What is North Pole breakfast? I never heard of that one.
It's the way we have it. It's pancake, eggs, bacon, and maple syrup and some fresh fruit, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And there were mimosas this year at the North Pole, and I had the mimosas without the OJ, so I started boozing early that that day.
What's in a mimosa?
It's just OJ and champagne, or
Okay, so you just had champagne.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a lot of the holiday stuff has been keeping me away, keeping me busy, and we traveled to SoCal the weekend before the Thanksgiving week. So it was just not going to happen for us to connect. So I've been kind of burnt out lately because of all of the activities, weekend after weekend after weekend, and I've been staying up late trying to work on orders for the bake shop.
And bake shop is kicking off or taking off or whatever.
Well, it's interesting this holiday season because we've got big orders for customers, and and they're not easy orders. Like when my wife bakes, say the cookie bars and stuff, or the layered I don't know, like the Rice Krispie treats and brownie sort of combination. Those are just mix, put in a pan, bake, and cut up and package. But the stuff that I've been doing lately, we're talking about iced sugar cookies, and they're intricate because of all the icing, the details and stuff. And, and we want to make sure it's unique. We want to make sure it's nice and not like, oh yeah, my third grader could have made that kind of deal, because, our customers are like, they're companies now, they're having holiday parties and this and that. And we're having to fulfill these holiday specific orders and in large quantities. So, so I'm kind of feeling burnt out.
Well, our mutual admin friend, Megan North Hawks, her last name is Hawks, but she had alerted me a couple weeks ago. She's like, have you heard from Ruel? And I had been thinking, like, man, I haven't had a text or a call or a podcast or any kind of sign of life from you for a while. And I had been thinking that for a day or three. And then she messaged me, and then I messaged you, and then I tried to start a rumor that you broke your leg and stuff like that. Trying to be funny.
Yeah, I missed that one as well. And that's another reason why I'm just like, all this activity is just keeping me away from hopping on social, and I'm missing a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, when she alerted me on text.
Yeah, it happens. It's like, Megan, we're Facebook friends, so she messaged me on Messenger, and then I texted you on your cell, and then put it out there to our admin group thread thing that you broke your leg and stuff. Kind of funny. Katie was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark doesn't care.
Well, I think, is he on his bike ride camping trip, or what is that now, or was that I don't remember.
That's happening now. I think he was prepping for his camping trip, his biking camping trip, which is awesome. I wish I could do that.
And we're all alike. I mean, when I'm busy, I don't check Facebook and stuff like that. And I mean, if I'm busy, I don't. I can look down though later. If I go 2, 3, 5 hours, I can have 14 notifications on Facebook or social media. And it's like, I don't even care. I go through those spells where I get busy and don't even really care.
Crazy. Yeah. So, let's see. Last time we spoke, you had a big old mold job. I'm guessing that wrapped up.
Well, that's the one. How long ago was it that we spoke? There's always a big mold job going on. Did we talk? Oh, I think the last time we spoke, I was in the basement of a bank.
Yeah, I think, was it the one where you took me along to work?
Yeah, I think that was the last time. And yeah, that one's wrapped up. Everything came back stellar. Actually, like way impressive, like textbook impressive. And I've gotten paid since then. So that one's in the under wraps. One I'm on now, I've gotten almost all of it already prepaid, and that was the one I'm under right now is has Serpro doing the ducts, and then their lead tech manager, I don't know what his title is, but he called me this morning like, so how do we do? I'm assuming everything went well last week. And I'm like, well, I assumed that you knew, and I was like, no, it didn't go so good. And even the customer asked me, like, would they have done something on purpose? I was like, I don't think so. I said, this is my first in 18 years. I've never had two restoration companies involved with the same mold job. So I don't know. I can't say 100% no, but at the same time, I know the guys. We are like friends outside of work. I don't know them to be those kind of people, but competition is competition. So I don't know. I'm getting paid either way next week, so...
When you're hiring someone to clean your carpets, you're probably assuming that they're using better equipment and better cleaning solutions than you would. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. Their equipment should heat the water to 200 degrees to ensure that your carpets are not only clean, but disinfected. Next time you hire someone to clean your carpet or tile, ask them how hot their water gets. If they don't know or it's less than 200 degrees, send them back and call me, Lonnie Beecham, with Restore It Restoration. I'll get your carpets done right and your life back to normal.
One was you, Restore It Restoration. The other one was the Imposter Restore It Restoration, one that people go to when they need a laundromat.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to the bottom of that one.
The Google searches have a life of their own. Just be thankful that it doesn't say something like, I don't know, something shady.
Or something.
Yeah, I was going to say,
right.
I was going to say something like that.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, most of my Google searches, from what I see on the thing that comes my way, majority of them in every variation is laundromats. I get more laundromats near me, 24-hour laundromats in general, laundromats. I don't know. There's about 8 different variations. I get way more laundromat searches popping up than water damage, mold, dead animals, carpet cleaning, anything else. I mean, it's actually concerning and irritating, actually.
Yeah. Somehow the site has been associated with all things clean, and or people have to launder moldy stuff.
Well, I get a list. One of these days, if I haven't sent you, I will send you. Like, no, it sends me down to one click.
Yeah,
of what the search is.
I could find that list on the computer. It's not visible on the on the app. Yeah.
Right, and I but I mean, it sends it to me in an email, and nowhere does it say moldy laundry. I mean, that would be one thing if it said moldy laundry or water damaged laundry or something like that. But it's there's as much or more variations of laundromat associated with Restore It Restoration. Now, one thing I didn't think about whenever I was thinking of my business name is we have the Habitat for Humanity Restore here in town.
Yeah,
and it's like I get tons of people call me looking to pick up furniture or ask me my hours of operation. And then when they ask me that one, I'm really confused. I'm like, well, I mean, carpet, if it's water damage, it's 24 hours. If it's mold damage, we can talk. If it's, carpet cleaning, then that's a schedule thing. And they're like, well, and then they're confused. Well, what do you mean? I thought you're only open Thursdays and Saturdays. And I'm like, are you looking for the Habitat for Humanity's restore? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, no, this is restoration. So I get that one. And that one I do, I got their number at this point saved. And I'm like, here, let me look it up for you.
I updated the Google My Business thing so that when someone on Google finds you on Google Maps and clicks on the website button, that it would no longer go to the whole Google My Business page. It would go to your actual website. So I was hoping that over time, the things would pick up with that update based on the web page rather than the Google page, business page, and that would change the results. But has yet to happen. Well,
and it could be because I have not seen this email thing that I'm talking about come through for. I don't know how. I don't think it's monthly. Maybe it is. But it was only like a month ago I called you freaking out because, my website went down. Oh, and by the way, I never have gotten the receipt from Bluehost.
From their service. But you did get the one from me, right? Yeah.
I got the one from you, but I never got one from them, but it seems to be working, so I don't know.
Yeah. I'll send them a quick message just to let them know. The renewal happened after after this and that, and yes, we're able to get a statement online, but your site says that it would send an email, and we ain't got it. So I'll shoot a message away just so that they know.
Oh, good, yeah. And I thought about that, and me in this IT crap, I always have good intentions to care and try to alert you to it, but then it's like, I don't know. I honestly don't know if my website's working half the time. Unless somebody's trying to find my address, and then they message me or text me out of the blue and say, hey, your website's not working. That's happened in the past.
Yeah, at this point I can only speculate why laundromat still it's predominant. I can only speculate things like how sometimes there are just business listings outside of the Google, and if it's manually maintained, someone could have screwed up the listing and associated businesses with things that they're not ordinarily associated with, and then some search engine picks up that information and runs with it, and next thing you know,
right, it takes on a life of its own.
Yeah, like, God damn it. But the good thing is you're getting results, and you have a presence, and hopefully that'll all straighten out.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. I was peeling off layers. This hiking idea is working.
So I told you that I have moved shops and locations, right?
Yeah, you did.
Well, I finally got everything worked out where, got everything put away and got everything insulated, and I could actually maintain some heat in this shop, no problem. The last places I was at, the heat was minimal, and I had to, use auxiliary heat. But I'm sitting here now. It's really nice and comfy.
What you should do is you should contact all of your recent past customers and invite them over to the new location for kind of a housewarming party.
Well, it's not really that. It's not really set up like that. I mean, I don't have people coming to my shop. I go to them.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's storage. What do you expect? But here, have a pizza. And while you're here, remember that wonderful work I did for you? Would you mind getting on Yelp and giving me a review? I'm not supposed to ask for reviews, but that's what I was trying to say. Literally.
Yeah. So guess what I think I'm going to do tomorrow?
On a Saturday. You're gonna have
a lot of coffee first.
Oh, you're gonna move yet again?
No, I'm changing subjects on you. This is my ADHD kicking in. No, I am going to. I think I just got 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. I got a pellet stove thing, and I think I'm gonna do my first set of ribs on the grill tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
nice. And you're gonna stick some ice cubes in there just to make your bourbon taste like scotch.
I could. I could. Yeah.
Oh, the booze. That's become a problem with me lately. Whew.
Has it? Tell me about that. How so?
It's just, I'll have a beer now and again, right? It's not good for me.
Yeah,
I'll have a beer now and again.
What was that? Where are you?
That is Jackson and Leavenworth in San Francisco, where
I just heard big skrilling, like ear piercing.
Yeah, that's the cables running under the street for the cable cars. Can you imagine living near here? Yeah.
No.
Well, I imagine everything's like double pane noise barriers type windows in these old ancient buildings with minimal square footage. Did I lose you?
No, I'm listening. It's called listening.
Damn.
I do shut my mouth from time to time.
Anyways, so you have this wonderful, was it pellet smoker?
Yeah, I just got a pit boss, 840 square inches of smoking capabilities with flame broil, and I can bake and braise, and I got 8 in 1 different functions to do, and all I've really done is burgers because it is wintertime here. So yes. I've just done burgers, but tomorrow's supposed to be decent, and I got a lot of yard work to do, so I'll be in tune and in touch with it, and since I got a pellet stove, you join all the Facebook groups, and man, some of these guys are like hardcore. They're up in like North Dakota and stuff, and they're talking about wrapping their smoker and welders blankets and all this stuff. I'm just like, if it's 40 below, I like a good grill, but I ain't going to sit out there and babysit meat on a grill when it's 40 below, and I'm sure not going to wrap the thing in a blanket. And it's frustrating. But it's like wow.
That was our friend Kurt, wasn't it?
You would think.
Nice. You got to take pictures. You got to share it. I want to see that. I want to see the equipment. I want to see your meat.
You want to see my meat? That sounds dirty.
Everybody wants to see Lonnie's meat, and that phrase belongs on a T-shirt. It belongs on a T-shirt. Oh, by the way, I got to make that mold is gold shirt for you.
Do you?
We talked about it a while back. I said, got to somehow put that on a shirt. Maybe throw on your logo somewhere. That. I just need approval. Like, I'll mock something up and then tell me what you think. I don't know if you'd even wear it on the job. Maybe
mold is gold.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd wear it on a job because when I come in talking mold dollars with families, well, like this one that I'm working on. So the budget, so the initial mold came back that it had some what they call builder's mold up in the attic.
Yeah.
Well, it's about a 2,500 square foot attic space, and to suck out all the insulation, HEPA vacuum everything, all the trusses and sheeting, and the the ceiling joists and the top side of the drywall and everything like that. Just that bill alone, pull it out, put all the insulation and everything back in was like $30,000. So I wouldn't necessarily wear mold as gold at a job like that.
Yeah, it makes sense. That was a dumb idea.
Their budget didn't really allow for the insulation and the attic work to be done. So we're foregoing that until March. Maybe they can recoup some money. And I told them I'd lock in prices and make that happen with minor variations in the pricing. But I said, it'd be really, really close to the same price if it becomes an issue down the road. So, yeah, when you're walking in, you're talking tens of thousands. You don't want to wear a shirt that says mold is gold.
Okay. Yeah. It'd be a mold is gold, but maybe we'll slap on the podcast info on it. I don't know. Or both.
Yeah, but I would wear it around town.
Okay. Or just
I would wear it. I just wouldn't necessarily on a job site.
Mold is Gold, the Little Service Guys podcast on the thing, and then maybe some of your industry guys would be like, yeah, I'd wear that shirt too.
Yeah. How's your mama doing? How's your mama doing? My you've asked all the time. She's doing great, as we talked about, that she's cancer free. But how's your mom doing?
She sounded fine last time I spoke with her. We wished each other a happy Thanksgiving. She got to talk to the kids, and she's living with my brother in Pennsylvania. So,
right. I left that part out. But hey, I don't know if we're talking to one person listening to this podcast or a million, so I don't know. But
yeah, that's fine. And I have a sister-in-law who's been away from home for large periods of time because that's what happens when you're in the military. Fortunately, it's just a few states away. But for Thanksgiving, she got to make her way back home, spend time with her family. So, anyways, my mom sounds good. She's good. And
good.
We'll be, because of the whole Black Friday Amazon deal thing, my wife had the brilliant idea of sending my mom a, what do you call those things? Those Alexa shows. So she could send an Alexa show. Those show devices.
There's a show on Alexa?
It's a device that you connect on a network, and it's like FaceTime, right? But without having to have an iPhone. As long as you have an Amazon account and the internet connection and the device, then the idea is my mom or my kids could reach out to each other just by saying, hey, Alexa, call grandma. And then grandma would be on her device, and then it would ring, and she would respond, and she'd be able to see the kids, and my kids would be able to see grandma.
Huh.
That kind of stuff, yeah.
I never heard of that platform. There's 100 other ways to.
Yeah. Or we could, in theory, what's called drop in. Like, Alexa, drop in on grandma. And then hopefully she doesn't have the thing in the bathroom, and we're like,
oh,
sorry,
no.
grandma.
There's some things you just don't want to see.
It's like, it was part of a 2-order deal. So we have one of them in the room. It's really handy because, this day and age, you want to enhance your laziness as much as possible by just walking into your room and say, Alexa, turn on the master bedroom lights. And then bring, things turn on. How's that for lazy?
Yeah. I see. We got one of those Google. Hey Google. It's like, man, I you know me. You know me. I mean, like, I don't really want them recording conversations. And I know they say they don't, record conversations, but I don't like Siri. I don't like Google. Hey Google or whatever you call that, Alexa or whatever. I don't like those. I don't trust them.
Yeah, there's a lot to. There's reason to not trust, which is why, for our device in our bedroom, I covered the camera because you can hear me taking off my underwear, but I don't want you seeing me take off my underwear.
Yeah, but do they can they hear other activities in the bedroom though? You and your wife are having a real heavy conversation.
Yeah,
I know
the
what
sounds
you're
of
thinking, you dirty pervert.
chains and whips and air horns.
Air horns. I think you might be doing that wrong.
Doesn't everybody?
No, I can't say that one's ever happened.
Yeah, my son asked the other day what an air horn was, so I pulled up a video. It's like 1 hour of air horn, right? So it goes and stops, and then it just keeps on stops.
Air horns are fun. No, air horns are fun to have in your hand, hiding behind a door. That's about it. I don't know what else you really use them for.
Yeah. Apparently the video was a type of like product review, so it tells you exactly the brand and shows you the product. And it just shows the product on the screen and it just plays the sound over and over and over again for an hour.
Wow. Excuse me. So you're hiking
going
the
on?
Streets, the mean streets of San Francisco?
Yeah. I was out and about earlier in the week when it was raining. It was great. The air had a wonderful, fresh, cool smell, and all because the rain washes away a lot of the filth that's in the streets. So
you're right.
So all the fish in the bay are like, God bless it. This bay is disgusting. All the overflow.
Yeah, I only know about. I see San Francisco and LA on the news a lot about the homeless, and they don't ever paint those in a great light. So I don't know what the reality is truly like.
Well, what the reality is when you're in the financial district and in the bus stations and wherever there's a lot of public access, that's the opportunity to witness that stuff. Where I'm at, there's a lot of old three levels above street, and there's likely a below level structures and a lot of.
Whoa! What's a below level structure?
I mean, what are they called? Basements.
Okay, I know what a basement is.
See, that's why you're the professional, and I'm not. I'm like below street level piece of the structure.
Yeah, one time I was on a business trip, and this was late 90s it was late 90s. So I was in Atlanta, and I made a mistake, and I got off the MARTA. That's what they call their subway system. I got off the subway like 6-8 blocks. I got off on the wrong stop. And had I taken one more stop, I would have been like a block from my hotel. But I'm walking like 6 or 8 blocks, wearing a suit, got my other, I got my luggage. I had more bums offering to carry my stuff for me. And I said, no, I'm just walking over to there. This is long before Google, where you could Google your walking path if you had to and stuff. I'm just kind of blindly walking, and it was quite eye-opening, to say the least. That was actually the last time I ever flew wearing a suit.
That's when you were younger, huh? In a suit with your hair flowing in the wind?
I did have hair there, and yes. I was looking like a business professional. But
nice.
That was the last time I ever flew looking like a civilized human. Now I fly wearing sandals and shorts and a t-shirt and put my AirPods in, whether I'm listening to anything or not. I just give you the look like, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to me.
Perfect. And then every now and then you throw on the protective suit and the mask and you go to town.
Oh, I should do that next time I fly. Wear a mask, and then nobody will talk to me. Be like,
excuse
stay
me,
away
sir.
from that dude.
Like, excuse me, sir, you're going to have to take that off. I'm like, well, I don't have anything inside it. I don't have anything under it.
I have done that. I've told you about that, haven't I?
No. Remind me not to borrow your suit.
No, I had a chemical mishap and had to wear just a Tyvek suit home only one time.
Ooh.
That was 6 to 8 years ago. Yeah. I think I told you about that. That was like one of the times that the employees got to see their boss literally stripping naked on a job site while on fire. That was the last time I ever did that one.
That wasn't the one time you had industrial strength hydrogen peroxide change the color of your skin or your hair, right?
Yes, and it ran down all my body parts and bleached out one half my chest hair and everywhere south. That was not a good day.
Oh gosh.
Ever since then, I've made sure to wear chemical gloves to my shoulders or mid bicep or whatever. So if the gun does explode like it did that day, I am now 100% protected. And that was not a good day.
Oh, geez. So,
are you going to try to put us back on track?
Nope, not at all. and I've got 7% left on my phone. It's awesome. And I'm going to be walking by.
You make these little things called a portable charger, Ruel.
Yeah, I'm going to get to a point where this thing doesn't hold a charge that good, and I'm going to have to be forced into an Android device, which I would not be too opposed to.
Oh, really? You're not liking Apple anymore?
No, I do. It's just, when it comes to the pocketbook, it's less of a hit. It's still a hit, but it's less of a hit.
Right. Yeah, I got a issue with my my daughter's. My oldest has which is turning 16 December 21st. She has like an iPhone 7, I think. And she can only text out. She can't receive a call. She can't make a call. And then, we're searching online, and that's like a common hardware issue. It's like, I don't know, they're saying it's a hardware issue for 7s. And it's like, really? Come on. I just bought an iPhone XR myself. And it's like, that is one thing I'm hating about, I don't know if it's Apple exclusive or all of them, but built-in obsolescence, I totally understand, but man, you shouldn't have to replace a $700, $800, $900 phone every 2 or 3 years. You should be able to just keep it working. And if you want to be I'm glad you put that on mute. If you're high, it just frustrates me. So now we're looking at like, well, now what do we do? She has a phone that we can only text with, and that ain't good. But I don't want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a 16-year-old to have a phone. But yet, this day and age, everybody has a phone. She has to have a working phone. We don't have a landline, so what do you do?
Yeah. So let's see.
I wonder if I know any Asian people that are Filipino from Guam that works at Apple.
No, I have no idea. I couldn't help you there.
I don't know.
My wife's like, I think I need a new phone. I'm like, why? Well, I don't know. My phone's just acting funny. I'm like, if my phone's acting funny, I'll reset the thing and start over and just get accustomed to the funniness. But I'm not going to spend a ton of money because of that.
You're right. The other day I bought my XR. My phone was acting up. It was a 6 Plus, and I've been told for a while that they're starting to phase those out, and I
I went in, I don't know, three-ish months ago saying, hey, I need a phone case. The next thing you know, I walk out with a whole new phone. And so I always teach my girls, like, you don't have to put on a show. I always tell them people that matter don't care, and the people that care don't matter. Oh, wait, no. People that care don't matter, and the people that matter don't care. Meaning, like, you don't have to put on, you don't have to have the latest and greatest and the biggest and the best, just,
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I've got...
then, my oldest is starting to get aware of pricing and stuff like that. And she's like, Dad, that's expensive. I'm like, I know. That's why I always preach to you, just save your money. You don't have to worry about the biggest car, the nicest home, all that, so that whenever your phone, you go in for a $60, $70 purchase for a phone case, the next thing you know, I'm spending $850. Got a phone case, but got a new phone as well. It's like, that's what happens when you just hoard cash.
I'm wondering if there's a software workaround for your daughter's phone where you install like Google Voice or Skype and see if the calls can happen through those options rather than using the actual broken phone part of the device.
I don't know. That comes back with some kind of, I don't know. That's easier said than done to have to go through Skype. Is Skype even a thing anymore? Does anybody use Skype?
Yeah, I'm sure it's still being used. There's Zoom. That's like we're using Zoom right now. Skype. What else is there? Google Voice. Yeah. It's not she could dictate voice on her text message, right?
Well, she can text. She can send and receive text. She just can't make a voice call right now. That's been going on about a week, and I don't know what to do.
So tough. All right, I'm on my way back.
You're on your way back, and your phone's dying.
Yeah, I've got like 3% now. We went from 7 to 3, just like that.
Wow. We better wrap this up then.
Yeah, the string on this paper cup system from here to where you're at is getting threaded or whatever, is deteriorating.
Yeah. You might need a new battery. That seems like it's dropping pretty fast.
Yeah. It sucks. Okay, we should wrap it up.
Till next time.
Yeah.
This is Lonnie Beecham wanting to tell you to get your life back to normal. That's a wrap.
They'll get your life back to normal. Lonnie with Restore It Restoration.
Hello?
Hey, how are... Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Hey, sorry about
Howdy.
that. My day got away from me. I had last-minute things pop up, and, rushing in to talk to you.
I figured, you've got real work. You have real work to do. And so I just hung out. I didn't vamp or anything. I'm just taking a walk.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had something come up that was pretty important that I had to take care of. So how you doing?
I'm okay. It's different moment to moment. Like I'm doing okay now, feeling good. Earlier I was feeling swamped, so I don't know. It might be my hormones.
Are you going through menopause?
I'm going through menopause and puberty and autoimmune.
Both at the same time.
All at the same time. How about you?
Well, aren't you? I'm living the dream, man. I hate that phrase, but yeah, things couldn't be much better.
Well, you're living the dream, but you hate that Trey is? What?
No, I hate that saying. Living the dream. But things couldn't be much better, and yep. things are pretty good right now. Especially at the moment. I'm feeling a lot better right now.
Awesome. That's good. Why? What's been going on?
Oh, just same old everything.
Water damage.
Yeah, it's actually been a lot of mold lately. I got a bit of a situation with so I got a mold tester guy that likes a franchise. Well, he likes them more because, well, they're green and they advertise it's ServPro. I'll just say it. They advertise like crazy, so they do get 10 or 20 calls to my one just because they're on every channel. You know what I'm saying? TV and internet and all that. So they send him a lot more work than I do, and so he tried to force them onto a mold job of mine where they were. He had it all set up before I even knew anything happened. That said, have ServPro clean the ducts, and Lonnie with Restore It clean do the mold remediation. And while the customer didn't know any different, and as soon as I heard that, my first thought was, okay, well, if all goes well, then no harm, no foul. I know the guys. We literally. We're friends. We are actually real friends. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I was like, man, if something comes back dirty, was it my fault? Was it their fault? Whose fault is it? Well, sure enough, I had a phone call the other day, yesterday, day before. I don't know. They all run together. Where, sure enough, they didn't clean the ducts well enough, and the lab can actually distinguish between just any old airborne mold and ductwork mold, and it came back ductwork mold, and it's like, well, not on me. I mean, my area's passed, but the ductwork didn't. So anyway, I got that kind of stuff going on in the background.
All right.
Yeah, got to wrap that up next week.
Very cool. Should we kick this thing off?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Well, we're already recording, so I thought we were just rolling.
Okay, we'll just keep rolling then. We'll consider it kicked off. Welcome listeners to the episode. Yeah, cool.
That's how we roll.
This has been another Coffee with Heavy Cream production.